Alright, what's up everybody? We are on Season 1, Episode 20 of Vinland Saga, which is called Crown. And reading that title, it definitely caught me a little bit by surprise because, I talked about just coming off of, by the way, Episode 19, which was fantastic, how everything is basically coming together, right? And it's becoming clear what the final arc, I guess, for the show is kind of going to look like. I say the show, but I mean Season 1, of course, because that's the big question to me, and it's what I kept hammering on in the review last time, is like, like what will this mean for the longer term of the show? What is Vinland Saga actually going to be, right? What, like, I kept hearing people already say that, like, oh, the first season is only a prologue, and I was already used to that from Attack on Titan, where people would say, like, oh yeah, the first 3 seasons are a prologue, right? But like, where does the show go from there is definitely something that's on my mind already, although that's probably a little bit, yeah, I should just focus on season 1 for now, right? But yeah, like this episode being called Crown, then that's what had me curious. Like, okay, well, Canute obviously is going to be leading everybody. Everybody is standing united, and we all have a common goal, which is going after King Sweyn. Basically taking over Denmark, then I guess it is. But how fast? You would think, of course, that this is like going to be the climax of the season. I still do think that's what it's going to be, but then why is this episode called Crown already, right? Surely Canute is not going to be actually king of Denmark yet by the end of this episode. That would be a little fast, wouldn't it? He probably won't be, like I said. Maybe they'll just, I don't know, crown him king of their little faction or whatever the hell. I don't even know. But yeah, I mean, although I'm super excited to see where it goes. I love the way that, all the dots have started to become connected in that last episode, especially. Some of it, I will say, like, thinking about it a little bit more, like, Askeladd, clearly, he was talking even to Thorfinn about, like, oh, this is chess. Look at what I'm doing. And at the same time, I go like, yeah, okay, but how could you have figured that Canute would have literally had this crazy mindfuck of an experience that would turn his entire persona around and now get him to rescue you out of this mess, technically, right? That's all a little, yeah, like, who could have seen that coming? But at the same time, I've just absolutely loved the directions this has gone into. It's interesting because Thorfinn, I do feel, is becoming less and less of a main character, really, as the show has gone on, when you think about it. That's why I'm still, like, I do assume that Thorfinn is going to continue being the person who we will follow beyond that first season. Because we do know still about his family, right? And there is still a story to be told there, I assume. And the show is being called Vinland Saga. So is Vinland still going to be the objective that we're ultimately going to try and head towards? All of that is on my mind, but I'm definitely noticing that, again, some characters like Thorkel and Askeladd and how they're all teaming up together now, essentially. Canute, of course, as well. They're all taking on these crazy roles. And I've loved to see just that character development we've gotten for literally all of them. Even Thorkel in the most recent episode, where out of all of them, he'd probably gotten the least development yet. But now they're starting to show that he does have sort of a weaker side, perhaps, right? Because all this time he was asking himself that question about, okay, what did Thors mean when he talked about the definition of a true warrior? He regretted not even going with him, he said, right? Which I wonder, like, what if he means that literally, as in, oh yeah, I would have wanted to flee from everything, because I doubt that's what he would have meant, because he could have still decided to do so, but he just wanted to learn from Thors. That's, I think, the main thing that he talked about, right? And then maybe Thors would be able to change his perspective around. Yeah, and perhaps, Thorkel is now gonna be able to have some of those perspectives still changed in the future, but who would do it? That's the question. Like, how are these guys all going to eventually learn that mindset that Thors used to have? Maybe just by, like, first-hand experience? I have no idea. That's what we're gonna find out about, because there is no more Thors to guide our way, essentially, right? So yeah, guys, I'm super looking forward to diving into this, next episode. Of course, if you enjoy my Vinland Saga reactions, then the last 4 episodes will already be up over my Patreon right now. That is linked on top of the description. Over there, you can watch all the way up until episode 24, the end of the first season, along with, of course, full-length reactions if you want to see me react to the episodes in their entirety. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, because I will be reacting to season 2 when it airs as well. So a lot to be looking forward to. And then for now, we're going to dive into episode 20 of Vinland Saga. Here we go. Back to Floki. I'm afraid you've got a bad fate awaiting you, though. Yeah, they didn't see that coming at all. The king as well, I would assume. He's like, oh, I definitely did not expect... Holy shit, they're here already. This plan to be turned against me like that. Used to work for him as well, man. He must feel so betrayed. They had to make that up. I'm not really sure about the dynamics though of like the whole situation then in Denmark, and do these guys now plan to just meet with the king and pretend like they don't understand what's truly going on? Okay, but he does have a plan. Wow, he thinks Torko can do that? A drinking binge. Hey, that's how you get the gang back together. Taking his favorite minion with him. Damn. Wait, but he said more than his protector, but what does that mean? Their own Vinland. Wow, you gotta love just how Canute has stepped up in so many ways. And he's clearly doing it all for a good purpose too, you know? Well, here's the meat. Oh yes, you sure are, please. Oh no. What if he, yeah. He's their security expert right now. Damn, they're about to kill him on the spot, dude. What does that mean? I don't know if you want to get that close. Yeah, Askeladd, I never met him. Dude, I can't even make out what's happening there. It's so dark. This whole scene, it's so quiet, it has so much tension to it. I'm like scared for what will happen.
親のなしを見て育つのです。
世は父である洗脳を国外へ追い放ち。
Damn, maybe they are more alike than he thinks.
それが王国のために良きことと信じる
Yeah.
からだ。良きことをなせると思うておった。
I mean, Canute has some kind of strategy, but I'm still trying to figure out what it is.
意志があるのだ。この王冠にはな。
Oh shit, it's like the ring in Lord of the Rings.
千の船、万の兵を統率できる。本国のあらゆる宝を取り寄せることができる。
It's a lot of power that comes with it.
神々がごとき力が身に宿る。だがクヌートよ、力を使うのは王ではない。王冠の意志が使うのだ。
王冠が陛下に
Oh shit.
私を殺す。
Oh shit.
王冠が王に命じるのはただ二つ。力を使うことと力を増やすことだ。王冠はそなたを欲してはおらぬ。
I mean, what the hell can they do though? Nothing. I mean, maybe Canute somehow plans to turn these guys against each other?
そなたにコーンウォールの一部をやろう。そこで聖書でも読みながら平穏の日々を送るがよい。
I don't think he's
嫌だと申すな。
willing to accept that anymore.
この場で死ぬがよい。
Before, maybe.
そのお言葉も王冠が言わせているのですか、陛下。
陛下、恐れながら発言をお許しください。名乗れ。オラフの子アシェラッドと申します。失礼ながら果たしてこのご沙汰は王冠の意志にかないましょうや。王子殿下はロンドンよりトルケルという戦力を奪い取りました。陛下がイングランド王にご即位なされれば、かの町には降伏よりほか道はありません。功労ある者が罰せられる道理がありましょうか。このご沙汰、新たな領地の活用において
He's like word will spread about it.
に動揺を与えます。何とぞご再考を。
It's not gonna be a good choice.
口の回る男だ。アシェラッド、灰まみれか。
Oh, is that what that means?
それはあだ名であろう。貴様の父が授けた名を申せ。父は私に名を与えませんでした。
I forget now. Did we hear about that, perhaps?
タケノコか。いや、奴隷に産ませた子かの。
Oh shit. That just triggered the fuck out of him.
なんだ、アシュラッドがここまで怒る。
Yeah, that, I mean...
クヌート、良い重視を持っておるな。世は明日ヨークに立つ。かの地にて宴席を設ける。褒美はそこで授けよう。
Okay, that better not be some poisonous food or something. I mean, there would be no reason to, because you could have just killed him on the spot here then, but...
こちらさえ軽挙に出ねば、王の内部ところはむしろ安全だろう。
ではなおのこと、先ほどのような挑発はお控えください。
スヴェン王は王冠の奴隷というわけだ。
Yeah, what the hell was that whole speech about with the crown, though?
私が使いこなしてみせようぞ。
That seems like a weird way not to accept responsibility for your own actions. Okay, he could tell about Askeladd too, though, just like Thorfinn could. That's interesting. Oh, drinking games. He seems completely unaffected. Oh, he's a... What? The fuck just happened? Wait, he just shaved and that... Oh, that's fucking awesome. I'm like, dude, he looks like the monk. He is the monk. What? That makes sense why you could have 58 drinks. Man was drinking way more in all the previous episodes.
洞察力と先手を打つ行動力をお持ちです。我々が脅しに屈さぬと見るや、次の手に転ずるあたり、戦上手とも申せましょう。ま、当分は王陛下の隙を伺いつつ、標準の手で行きましょう。殿下、殿下。
Who is this guy? Okay, this was one of the people that was with him in his youth. He has just the same kind of egghead as Ragnar did. Oh, well, that explains it.
アシェラッドと申します。ところで殿下、ノルマンディー公国です。その件について兄も交えて後ほど。
Oh shit, he didn't even know that yet. Yeah, he's not used to this version of Canute either. And then to get the news of his brother. And then to get these kinds of commands, yeah. Thorfinn's still only practicing to improve on his skills. Oh yeah, and to get that arm back in shape, I guess.
そうか。国に帰るか。あんたは気にしねえと言ってくれたけど、やっぱ俺たちは裏切り者だし、ビョルンの傷治るといいな。ビョルンは長く持たねえよ。傷が腹渡まで達してる。これでも昔からの手下はトーフィンだけってことになるな。腕は金だ、持ってけ。すまねえ。じゃあ、ありがたく。なんだよ、くれんのかくれねえのかどっちだよ。冒険がある。
There's always, yep.
おめえには似合わねえ、アトリ。
Oh, okay.
羊を飼い、嫁をもらって、ガキをこさえてベッドで死ね。
What the hell? He's giving him that Thor speech right now.
おめえを戦場で見かけたときは、味方でも切るぞ。
So sad though how it's a new era the way he described it, you know, and everybody is, yeah, gonna be gone. It'll just be him and Thorfinn. Is this Leif again? Sure is. Are we just gonna keep seeing his face like that? He's still looking, man. God damn. Wow, yeah, this episode definitely stood out once again from a lot of the other ones, I would say, in a very specific way. It was an episode that made me feel a lot of things without really being able to, I guess, express them. I noticed in general that I was pretty quiet, I think, during the reaction in itself, and I don't feel like I have that much to say concretely about the episode. It was very tense. Of course, the whole encounter between Canute and his dad, I mean, it just had me on the edge of my seat the entire time, right? And you see how Askeladd even sort of had to save the situation there at the very end by just quickly sort of reminding the king of like, would probably be pretty bad optics to, you know, kill your son here when he literally just came back along with Thorkel and managed to get him on your side again and stuff, right? That's not going to pan out too well for you when word spreads, I guess. That's sort of what he was trying to bring across to him. To which the king then was sort of forced to like, yeah, recognize that Askeladd was right. And now they prepared this well, dinner or whatever it was for them, I guess, right? In a certain city that he talked about, York, I guess. I don't know what that encounter is going to look like. I mean, again, it's, yeah, speaking about just in general, like, this episode making me feel a lot of things, it was also that scene at the very end where Askeladd is just kind of, you know, talking about how he's he's realizing that basically his entire crew is gone. And we see that the brothers actually did manage to make it out, of course, alive now, which I had not seen coming just a couple episodes back when they both found themselves in the midst of absolute chaos. And I was sure that both of them were goners. I thought everybody was dying there, but you know, the bigger characters still ended up making it out of the situation, I guess. But Askeladd talked there about like how, yeah, it's kind of crazy. I mean, apparently Bjorn is even going to die of his injuries. I had not seen that coming whatsoever. I wonder if that's still going to happen or not, because then they might have as well have done it already, I feel, but I could be wrong. Yeah, but it just like, I don't know, it just has these... it already sort of makes you realize how much the show has grown, how much development there has been in the story overall. Like, think back about the early episodes with Thorfinn just joining Askeladd's crew, and you thought that you had Askeladd all figured out, and these guys were just there to, you know, fuck shit up and make money in the process. And like, all of them have gone through such great development, like I said, that clearly also goes for Canute. But I've talked about that plenty already. It kind of goes for the... Well, maybe not really, but like the monk still had that hilarious scene here where like that just came so out of nowhere, you know, in an episode that had me so quiet. It's like you just get a fucking hilarious moment like that where it makes so much sense too how he was the one winning the drinking game when we've seen him drinking all this time, and that's exactly why I'm saying that the monk maybe hasn't had the most development by himself. He's still the same monk that he used to be. But he had some development physically, I guess. Finally being able to trim his beard somewhat and making him look 20 years younger in the process, I guess. Overall, this was so great. You know, some things, again, didn't change. Like, we're still seeing that glimpse of Leif looking, which I can only assume is just a tease for like, okay, eventually he's going to be able to get a glimpse of Thorfinn. And I actually think that the place where he was looking is the same place that Sweyn is preparing this dinner, or I don't know what the word is anymore, but that it's that place. So Leif is going to be able to catch a glimpse probably, or he's going to be able to actually get in full contact with Thorfinn there. Who knows? Yeah, like again, as far as concretely where do we go from here, it's very hard to tell for me. I don't feel like this episode had that much story development necessarily. It's just you know, we know they're gonna have to probably assassinate King Sweyn then, and I guess the brother too, Harold, right? Well, Thorfinn definitely seems sort of cut out to be the one performing the assassination. Literally seeing him still prepare and try and get back his skills there at the end of the episode. Yeah, overall, like I said, it was more of an emotionally driven episode than many of the other ones. So well, I still think I gave plenty of thoughts here. I hope you enjoyed my reaction to it, of course, guys. If you did, then you can already finish the entire first season with me right now over my Patreon. That is linked on top of the description. Over there, we will have the last 4 episodes of Season 1 up right now for you to check out, along with full-length reactions, of course. They should all be, at least the 4 upcoming reactions still should be up on the lowest tier right now, so you can go and check that out at a very affordable price, but your support would very much, of course, be appreciated because it is what allows me to make these videos in the first place. Yeah, and then with that being said, I want to thank you all for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you back in the next episode.